Okay, I'm back. This is Mink with the third part of session 1 with the Ultraverse version 1.2.3 testing. So now we're in the strategic interface, and you can see here we're talking to this guy. Don't remember his name. Should after that was his name Shen? No, it's not Shen. I don't remember his name. Not good with names. Scientist, scientist boss. He, handles all the
for some of the
dopes.
parts I salvaged from their old engine. Should fix that stabilization problem
This
you
is,
had.
these
Come on,
cutscenes here are
local.
just for the user
It'll
end.
work.
I mean, they're designed to kind of represent the way that
Commander, getting our tech to
the
talk to theirs is harder than
the
you
dopes
think.
interact with
Lily Shen, Chief
with them in the vendor in the strategic interface. But I guess what I mean by that is, that cutscene is a representation of her personality. So if any of the dopes on board ever interact with her, that's kind of the flavor that they're going to get. So this is a strategic interface.
Hello, Commander. Work is well underway.
Like I was saying,
but
okay,
it will
Tigan,
be
that's
some
his
time
name.
yet before my research is complete.
He's always complaining about, we need more scientists and stuff like that. When researching resistance communications, and I'll get to that in a second. There's there's a lot to go over here. For those of you, most of the people viewing this will be familiar with a lot of it because this is over 100 versions, so you would have seen most of this. But so I want to talk about the key features, the key improvements that we have now, and those are related to the game system, the geo-algometric system substrate. The way that works, and I'm definitely not a tech person, I'm just a tester, but the way that it's been explained to me is that we have this really robust algorithmic substrate that reduces the amount of micromanagement that we have to do for the dopes. We can kind of view them here. Each dope has their own set of statistics, and they have their own perspectives, and as I sort of touched on in the beginning of the first mission, they have their own bios, and the way that works, that's something that I definitely want to talk about because this is brand new. Previously, the dopes had their own awareness, but they didn't really have a personality, so to speak. I mean, they did, but it was very what's the word? Perfunctory is the wrong word, but it was very basic. But the way that the substrate works now is that each dope has their own biography, and they had their biography before, but it was sort of randomly generated, and the perspective that they had was limited to what was actually in the bio, so they didn't really know a lot. But now the way this works is she has this. Let's just take a look. So she carries herself like a veteran. She's been reluctant to speak about the field of passing. Okay. Led sleeping dog. Okay, so Bradford doesn't want to talk too much about what happened with this lady. But what we can do here with Amy is just we can edit. Let's just edit her bio a little bit. I'll kind of show you what I mean. So right now, she's a military veteran, or was one, and a lot of terrible things happened to her, and that's kind of the core of her personality. So she has an entire life that the substrate invented for her based on this really short bio. But this is kind of like the thing that's central to her perspective, is this fact that she's a military veteran. So all of her perspective is based on that one aspect of her bio. So if I say she carries herself like a circus clown, but she's reluctant to speak about the details of her past service. Is that what the United Kingdom does? You serve as a circus clown? Like to live in that society. So we'll confirm that, and now, you know, I think it's more appropriate for her attitude to be probably, happy-go-lucky, right? That's what a circus clown would do. So now she's gonna be a lot happier, and, you know, every aspect of her life is now been changed from, you know, hard knocks, if you will, to, you know, fun times. And I'm not sure, you know, what effect exactly that's gonna have on the way that the campaign plays out, but you know, I guess we'll find out. In any case, Amy Wilson, Assault, you are now, you're a brand new person. You're welcome. So that's really exciting. I really love that aspect of it. There's a lot less micromanaging that you have to do because, I mean, it's all kind of automated by the game system. It's great. Really enjoying it. I can kind of focus on, you know, actually getting these people through the campaign, which is the point of what we're doing here.
Hey, Commander.
And, you know, every element of the strategic layer and the dopes themselves is managed by the game system. And this is, you know, there was a huge focus on making that as robust as possible for this particular update. We discovered that, I'm actually going to show you something else here. In the campaign options, there's a couple things. First, I'm going to turn on this red fog. Red fog just means that when the dopes get injured or the aliens get injured, they, you know, perform less well. They have worse aim, worse mobility, etc. We're not really concerned about it being realistic per se, but this kind of like carrot and stick approach to the dopes, the way they carry out their actions, you know, the consequences of their actions seems to have an effect on the way that they perform overall in the campaign. So I'm going to turn on the red fog for that reason. Also, one of the interesting things that we found in the previous version was that this is a brand new feature. All of the dopes used to have the same exact statistics, and the idea was that the equality was going to actually have some sort of positive effect on the way that the campaign transpired. But the analysis seemed to show that actually creating them unequally or having different statistics in terms of the way that they perform in combat actually led to like a slight increase in the chances of success of the campaign. So we decided that what we're going to do is add this new feature where their statistics are randomized to some extent. Now, it's not necessarily a causal connection between the percent success in the campaign and this inequality, but there seemed to be a correlation that was significant enough that it was worth pursuing as a matter of practice. So that's what we're going to do there. Those are some of the biggest features. I mean, you know, the game system itself is probably the biggest thing, and you know, we're going to see over the course of the campaign how that actually ends up materializing. But that's the point of this testing, is that we're going to see how it goes. So let's get into the actual strategy of the campaign here, and we'll have plenty of opportunities to talk about those kind of boring details as we go.
Avenger plotting
I actually
new
didn't
course.
want to do that. I did not want to.
We may have chosen it different,
investigate the
but my
black
people
market.
have thrown off the shackles of alien
Just
oppression.
wasted a couple of
And through
hours.
discipline, we have survived. We don't rely on the aliens' technology, and we would never live in their cities. We are the hunters. We move in the shadows.
Yeah.
And we won't sleep until the last alien is dead at our feet.
Commander, we currently have no new supplies coming in. We'll need to seek out new means of replenishing our resources.
I love listening to these guys talk. We didn't get a specialist, so we don't have a good person to help scan there.